Curious about what questions await you in the CR1 Spousal Visa interview in 2024? Wondering how to ace this crucial step in reuniting with your spouse in the United States? Let's dive into the anticipated CR1 Spousal Visa interview questions and equip you with the knowledge and confidence to navigate this process seamlessly. Welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. I am an immigration attorney with almost a decade's worth of experience, and today we're going to talk about frequently asked questions about the CR1 Spousal Visa, also known as the Conditional Resident Green Card, in 2024. Stay tuned. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I'm a U.S. immigration attorney based in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I'm also the principal attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. And also, be sure to stick around until the end to get a bonus tip on removing conditions after getting the CR1 immigrant visa. Navigating the CR1 spousal visa process can be complex, but understanding the frequently asked questions can help streamline your journey to reunite with your spouse in the United States. Today, we'll explore common inquiries surrounding the CR1 spousal visa, addressing key topics such as eligibility criteria, application procedures, and interview preparation. Whether you're just beginning your visa journey or seeking clarity on specific aspects of the process, this comprehensive FAQ guide will provide you the insights you need to navigate the CR1 spousal visa with confidence. Let's delve into the FAQs and pave the way for a successful visa interview. Now, what's the difference between a K3 visa and a CR1 visa? Now, both visas are designed for foreign nationals who are married to U.S. citizens and wish to hold legal permanent resident status. The CR1 is also available to individuals married to green card holders. If you and your spouse have been married for more than 2 years, then you will be issued an IR visa, which stands for immediate relative. And if you and your spouse have been married for less than 2 years, then you will obtain a CR1, which is that conditional resident spousal visa. Next is, can I still obtain a CR1 IR1 spouse visa if I'm in a same-sex marriage? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So thanks to the Supreme Court's decision in Windsor v. United States, the Defense of Marriage Act, also known as DOMA, was deemed unconstitutional. As a result, all marriage-based visa applications are to be assessed in the same way, regardless of sexual orientation. How do I get a Social Security card once I successfully secure a CR1 IR1 spouse visa? Now, when completing the online immigrant visa application while you're outside of the U.S., you can opt to receive a Social Security card after you arrive into the United States. In this case, you would receive the card within 2 months or so of admission into the country. If, for whatever reason, you have not elected to receive a Social Security card, you will have to apply for one with the Social Security Administration. Can a CR1 visa spouse work? And the answer is yes. The CR1 visa spouse can work upon entering the U.S. Under the CR1 visa, your passport is stamped and acts as a temporary green card. A permanent resident card is then issued several months later. Can a CR1 visa spouse travel outside of the U.S.? The answer is yes. A CR1 visa spouse can travel outside of the U.S. Essentially, you enjoy all of the rights and responsibilities of a U.S. permanent resident. However, there is a catch. If you spend too much time outside of the U.S., you might lose your green card, especially when you have obtained your conditional resident based on the grounds of marriage, as long separations from your spouse might signal to the authorities that your marriage is not real. How long does my marriage-based green card last? So the CR1 visa lasts for 2 years and 90 days prior to the visa's expiration, and if still married to the U.S. citizen, you and your spouse will jointly file Form I-751, which is the petition to remove conditions to move to an IR1 visa. If you are divorced by that time, then the foreign spouse will need to file the petition by him or herself. CR1 visas are valid for 10 years and can be renewed indefinitely or until the foreign spouse can apply for U.S. citizenship. Does my sponsor need to reside in the United States? No, technically not. They need to meet the domicile requirement, which is possible if they live abroad. The easiest way to meet this requirement is to live inside the United States or one of its territories. Failing that, they can provide documentation showing one of the following. They are an employee of an approved organization abroad, they are living outside of the U.S. temporarily, or they intend to move back to the United States as soon as you, their spouse, are admitted into the United States. What if my spouse was a lawful permanent resident when they initially submitted Form I-130, but have since become a U.S. citizen? In this case, they will need to upgrade their petition by submitting a copy of their Certificate of Naturalization to NVC. What documents will I need to get a CR1 or IR1 visa? Now, the answer to this question will vary depending on the country where you're applying from, but in general, you will need the following. A passport that will remain valid for 6 months after you arrive into the United States, an affidavit of financial support, which is Form I-864, Form DS-260, two 2x2 passport-style photos, all civil documents requested by the embassy, and this will likely include marriage certificate, police certificates, and or military records, if any, and of course your medical exam paperwork. Now, as promised, here's some bonus information that you may not know about. Now, a big question is, how do you remove conditions after getting the CR1 visa? So you will need to file Form I-751, which is the petition to remove conditions on residence within 90 days of the CR1 visa expiring. This application allows you to change your 2-year conditional green card to a permanent 10-year green card. Now, through this form, you will again explain that your marriage is genuine and not just for immigration benefits. Even though you initially got your green card shortly after getting married, you will also need to provide that your marriage has continued for those past 2 years. This evidence could include, statements from a joint bank account, birth certificates of any children born during that period, or property deeds with both names listed. You must complete Form I-751, providing the supporting documents, pay the filing fee, and submit your application to USCIS. If you are separated or divorced from your spouse by the time Form I-751 is required to be filed, there is an avenue to file it alone, but you will have a higher burden to prove that the marriage was in fact real at the time of getting married. So thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check out the caption below this video. We've got questionnaires for different types of visas so that we can help you determine which visa is most appropriate for you. And if you're traveling soon, we also have a list of some of my travel favorites. So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something in specific, and share this resource widely because you never know who needs answers to these questions. Additionally, if you have any specific questions about this video as they pertain to your unique circumstances, please schedule a consultation with us, also at the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.